I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Well, that was weird, but welcome to another episode of Whattup World Podcast. I'm here with Chris, aka the Coco Kid. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Tubi. Fucking, I made up Tubi. You can't follow me there. But anyway, to the left of me, as always, is my boy Ski.
Yeah, Fred. You can follow me on all platforms. Big Head Fredo.
Big Head Fredo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm tired. I had a long night. Well, we had a long night. Mm-hmm. You fell asleep in the car.
I was tired, man. Think about it. I woke up at 4:00 Saturday and had to go to work. So, I was literally. I thought I was gonna come home and go to sleep, but as soon as I started getting sleepy, I pushed play on Netflix on a random movie called Damsel, and I was like, oh, I was sleeping, and I was like, well, what is this? This looks okay. Let me see
you
what this is.
You know what's funny is your wife said as soon as you get home, you're not gonna be tired.
I was tired, so I was tired and not tired. So
like we were headed back from the show, and then Fred was knocked out in the back seat and he's snoring, and I was laughing at him while I was driving. And then his wife was like, "Well, when he gets home, he's not going to be tired." So it's just funny that she knew. She called it.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure the editing, the videos got rendered out.
Yeah,
and that took fucking forever because it was a bunch of bullshit. But yeah,
it's always some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's always something pops up. It's weird. Yeah. Had a killer show last night. It was fun.
Yeah, it was really good. I didn't really like the crowd, but other than that, it was fucking great.
Why?
I think everybody. I don't know. Just I don't think y'all could hear what I was hearing because I was closer to them. But I just heard a lot of like doing your like sets you were doing in between the performers, and then during the performers they were like ad-libbing the performance. Okay, next. No.
Well, they do that. Like it's a weird it's a weird thing when you're doing drunk crowds like that because then they do that shit. And they were doing that to Mikey, and I heard them, and then they did it to they were trying to like. I don't really know how to explain it. They were there to see a certain person, not everyone else that was on the lineup.
Yep.
And so, like, if they're only there to see one person, they only want to see that one person. So they're just going to be that way.
Right.
Yeah, but they never said it to me, and they never came up after the show and said, anything negative.
Right.
So you could say it and try to, impress your friends and stuff, but...
Yeah.
And they never said it to the comics. They just said it to themselves.
No.
So
they I think they said it at the comics during the performance, but because they were like not whispering, but they weren't saying enough where they could hear them. I could hear them because I'm literally like right next to them.
Yeah.
So I heard everything they're saying. I'm just sitting here like the comic will say something, something. Basically, they'll say something slick, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is y'all on? Like, are y'all trying to start a fight or y'all trying to watch a show? Like, what are y'all trying to do?
People are weird, man. They just do weird shit.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, after the show, no one ever said anything to me. Yeah. No one ever said, like, hey, I just want you to know you were terrible.
No.
No one said anything.
No, I understand that, but I don't know. I was there trying to watch, and it was like constantly, every time I was focusing, it was just like, I'm like, okay.
You get, yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is you doing? And then they say something else. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
And then,
And then that table from Memphis, I remember when they pulled up and they kind of like started, like she really, like, I don't know who that lady was, but she really wanted to be a part of that show. She really wanted to be, I was about to be like, hey, you want 5 minutes on the mic since you want to be a part of this show so damn bad?
Yeah.
You want on stage?
So I heard them prior to them saying anything, and I kind of nudged Denise. I was like, damn, they sound like they're from Memphis. Because I heard the dude talking. I was like, damn, that nigga sound like he from Memphis. And then and then once she started talking, I was like, she from Memphis. I'm telling you, she from Memphis. And then when they said I'm from Memphis, and I looked at Denise. Denise looked at me like, he's good. He's good.
He's good.
He's good. He's good. Hey, I just know. I've been around it long. I know the lingo. I know the mannerisms. I just know. And it's I don't know.
Yeah, she was very like. She wasn't loud. She wasn't disrespectful. She just really wanted to be a part of the show.
And that's majority of Memphis people.
She was just like every time. Who was on at the time? Alberta the Exception was on, and when Alberta was upstage, when she was on stage, the lady kept trying to like want to conversate with her, like show is. I say this, and I was like, Brad,
not everybody.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you could cut all that out. She's got a job to do.
All right,
you don't. So can you not? Yeah. But that's the thing about crowds, man. People. Being a comic is not easy, and I tell people that because you don't know what crowd you're getting. You don't know if you... Dude, I've had standoffish crowds that didn't even want to laugh. They just didn't want to be there. Everybody was just sizing up each other the whole time they're there. I'm like, it's okay to loosen up. No one's shooting up this place. Like, it's fine. Like, you're at a comedy show. Relax. I've had crowds that laugh at everything. Didn't matter what you say. It wasn't even funny. They've laughed at, like, transitions. You know what I'm saying? Like, transitions to other jokes. It's weird. And then I've had crowds that were like that and just want to be a part of the show more so than anything. I think it's, I don't want to say it's a stage thing, but it kind of is, because like the bigger the stage and the bigger the audience, the less likely you're going to have that. But the smaller the crowd, the smaller the stage, the more likely you're going to have that, because then they want to be a part of it. And so. And that's just something I've learned, because I've done big stages and I've done small little rooms, and on both sides of that you see it. Like in a big stage, everyone's there like engaged, like what is a part of the show, but not actively engaging, trying to say random shit or trying to answer questions that you're not supposed to answer, stuff like that. But then like when you're in a smaller setting, whereas it's like anybody married and they're like 13 years and I think I didn't need all that. You know what I mean? Like just little stuff like that. So it's one of those things. That's the comedian's job, man. That's your job is to read the room and feel it out. And you only got a certain amount of time to do it. And then when you feel it out, do the best you can. I think Alberta did great. Honestly, on it. I think with the situation
did good. Other than that, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about like. Dancers and shit like that.
I had to walk out through half of everyone's set, so I couldn't tell you who said what. Because I was, I only get because I was hosting, so I only get a certain amount of time to go get what I got to get done, and I get back on stage and do it again and again and again.
It was the one dude that you said. No, that wasn't him. It wasn't the guy that you said. He gave me my first shot. It was the guy after him. The dude with the black
Ian
shirt.
Mack is the one that gave me my first shot. Yeah, he actually gave us a shot because he was the one that was hosting Lola's.
Oh, really?
That night that you went. Yeah, that's Ian Mack. So shout out to Ian.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, my boy. Did great. But
yeah, he did good. Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. Doden. I know it was his last name, but I can't remember his first name.
Yeah, he I think when they were...
Let me look it up because I don't want to be a douche. I had the line up here. Matt. That's Matt Doden.
So the only reason I say he didn't do as good as everybody else, when he was up there and he started not doing crowd work, but he was like looking for crowd like engagement. Yeah, engagement. The engagement he was getting from the crowd I was talking about, not crowd, the people on that side. I could tell from here he was like, what the fuck? They literally halfway through his set just started a loud ass conversation through like the five of them, and I'm sitting here just like,
that happens.
Like, yo, there's a fucking dude up here trying to. So he literally turned to our side and just like kind of like, this is them. He kind of just went like, so yeah. I'm sitting there looking like, yo, why y'all being rude right now? Dude's on stage trying to tell a joke, and I could clearly see it threw him off because he kind of was like, yeah. So what? Like, yo, what the fuck?
Well, so again, that's the seasoning, right? Because you can't get discouraged when people throw you off,
right? Because
some comedians don't know how to take certain things happening, and I'll give you a perfect example, right? Mike T will do that when somebody does something random. He'll be like, "What? Say it, wait," and then he's trying to have like this weird conversation with them. And then he does this, you know what, ain't nobody paying you, whatever. And then he just kind of moves on to something else.
All right.
Whereas there's a Teddy, I can never remember his last name. But anyway, he's a comic guy here, Teddy. He's hilarious.
One that talk about the chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Teddy, God, I can't remember his last name now. It's probably because I'm too tired. But either way, he's really good at being able to just boom, boom, boom around that. Like when he's conversating on stage, if somebody says something random, he'll bust out with a joke with it and then move on from it, and then everybody gets engaged. He's really good at that. So it's one of those things, just seasonings, man. You gotta, when you're putting in your time on stage, you get used to how it works. You get used to people. Like there's only a certain amount of people. You get the loud mouths, and then you get the people that are really quiet. You get the standoffish ones. When you see it, you just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have a problem there. I was chilling. I was having fun.
I didn't have a problem. It's just because I was so close to them, it kind of just like threw it all off of me. I don't know. I was like, and then I can tell Mike was kind of looking every time they would say something. I was like, do this, and I'll look, and I can see Mike staring at him like this, just. And then he'll look back.
Oh yeah.
He'll be like. And now I kept. It got to a point like every time they said something, I would look, and I would look at Mike like Mike would look at me, look at them, and I'm just like. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then as we're leaving, right? Y'all was walking above. Me and Mike was walking next to each other, and he was like, "Man, that's why I fucking hate Deep Ellum." I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "What you talking about?" He's like, "Man, I hate going to crowds like that." I was like, "For real, bro?" And he was just like, "I was like, are all crowds in Deep Ellum like that?" He said, "Not really." He said, "But you get that sometimes." And I'm just like, "Yeah, that was annoying."
Well, you have to understand, there's a drink limit to your mouth. You know what I mean? Like even the shyest person, when they get drunk, they become loose.
Oh, yeah.
And then they start becoming more open with everything. But the more you continue to drink, it gets a little worse. They were probably at that point already because they had been down in so many drinks. Alcohol plays a factor. Yeah. Attitude plays a factor. The fact that they were there to see one person and not the rest of us. And I probably got the not to cut you off, but I probably got the lead, like the blunt end of everything because I was the host. So if I would have been just a regular 15-minute setup there, probably would have been the same for me. Right. Yeah.
Personally, I thought you killed it. I thought you, Mike, killed it. Both of the chicks, they both killed it. What's the other guy? The guy that put you on, he was. Personally, he was my favorite.
Taylor P killed it. I think she.
Yeah, everybody did good.
Her little fine ass killed it. Yeah. I can say what I want. You can't. Be quiet. Taylor P, gorgeous, funny as shit too. She killed it. Alberta killed it. And those are the two I really got to see. I didn't get to see a lot of Ian Max. I only got to see the end because I was dealing with some other stuff going on.
No, I thought he did good, really good. Yeah, he did really good. So I enjoyed the show. Just
of course, Flo killed it.
Oh, of course,
he's been doing this for so long. At this point, it's nothing.
His crowd. So I seen the last time I seen him do crowd work, it didn't really work out that good because we were at that movie studio.
Look Cinema,
yeah. And I remember he said a joke and. He was he doing crowd work? I think he was doing crowd work, and he was like, "Man, fuck it." And it was like,
I don't remember because I think I wasn't there for his set as much as I was everyone else's, and not on purpose. It was more on accident because I was kind of like I had a lot going on with a couple other people that were there.
But his crowd work was really good, especially going back and forth with the Memphis people, and then him explaining like he's done the bit. About the zoo before, but the way he did it this way, where normally it's just him telling the joke.
Yeah, it was funny.
But the way he did it, he worked it. It's a crowd play, and that shit was. I enjoyed it. I was like, oh shit, there's like nice little twist on it. That was dope.
Yeah, he's funny. He's a funny fucking guy, man. There's no way around it.
And then I could tell for a minute, like. For the next couple minutes, he was just like free balling, and he was still killing. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like I've heard this from him. Maybe I'm new, but I was like, "Yo, this shit he's fucking winging it right now. He's doing this shit."
He's good at what he does, man. Yeah, I personally think he's underrated.
Yeah. Oh no, he's really good. Yeah. I like him.
I don't know why. I don't know why he doesn't do more. I don't know if it's. Well, I mean, I know there's stuff behind it that I don't know about. Right. Clearly, but. I don't think it's on him. I think it's probably some back-ended shit. Yeah. But that stuff happens.
I would love to see everybody, like, not everybody, but like all the people get like their like Saturday Night Live like own type of spin-off show like that. That'd be dope. When him, you, both of the chicks, and then I was like, damn it, I'm blanking.
I would love to be on Saturday Night Live specifically because of my acting background and how goofy I am. On the podcast, I'm just me.
Right.
I'm not a character. It's just who I am as a person. Outside of here, when I don't have allergies.
Yeah, we're good.
God, we're killing you. Outside of here, and then like on stage when I'm actively, I'm not pursuing, but when I'm actively engaging everybody, and like that's where I let loose the most. So I would have more fun. I've done improv plenty of times. Plenty of times. And like to me that would be fun. And knowing that it's live is even more fun because you only get one shot at it.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's the challenge that I like the most. It's why I respect TikTokers and I respect people that do skits and write jokes and stuff for the internet, but it's not as respected as I have for like, or it's not as much respect as I have for stand-up comedians because in a TikTok environment, you can pause and re-edit and go back and do it again. But when you're on stage, you only got one shot. And then when you fuck up, it fucks up the whole night. So it's like one of those things is like, that's where, that's why I say it's, and Panda's the one that, shout out to Panda. He's the one that brought this to my attention. It kind of made me think like, yeah, that's a great way to look at it. It's like Spider-Man, right? Same Spider-Man, same thing, different universes. So
what do you mean?
So TikTok and all that stuff and stand up is we're all superheroes, right? But just in different universes.
Right.
So you have your online content and then you have your your memes or whatever, which I say memes are like the crane what I call them, the coloring book of comedy. It's like they're so just that's funny and then you move on. No one ever really holds that accountable. Like you have your people that walk around with memes like, you ever seen this one? You ever seen this one? You ever seen this one? Hey, look at this one. But then you have other people that do other shit. So it's like the same concept is what I'm trying to say, but it's like it's different universes. Stand up is the most respected in my opinion, specifically because it's live. When you watch stand up comedy on Reels or YouTube or whatever, it's not the same as being there because when you're there and you're in the crowd engagement, you're seeing all the fun. Like it's not muted. You know what I mean? Like when you're on stage, like if I play clips now of me killing the room, you'll hear the crowd, but you won't hear them like you would if you were there.
No, for sure.
It's like when you're there, it's like you get the real, what's the word? Like the real play-by-play, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say ambience, but I don't think that's the right word.
I don't know what that word means, Fred.
You don't know what ambience
means? Ambiance. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Ambient?
Ambience?
What'd you say?
I said ambience.
Ambulance?
Really? Oh. But, I was, the whole time last night, maybe I was a little drunk, so that could be drunk thinking. I was sitting there watching y'all do it. I was like, man, I gotta find me a fucking hobby, man. I have to.
You've been saying that for 2 years until I found one. Man, I think at some point you're gonna have to start looking for a hobby. Try gun building or something. Like
it's hard for me to do hobby because the hours I work. Like it's fucking extremely hard because my hours fluctuate from 6 to fucking whenever I'm finished.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really want to find a hobby and you really want to change something, you'll do it, and you'll move around and do what's necessary.
Yeah, I thought about. I actually thought about getting into acting. Try to take like some acting classes. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
But I don't know.
Because here's the thing, man. This is what I tell everybody, right? If you feel it, then something's there. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. Like you ever meet somebody that cannot sing but does it all the time?
Yep, I know a few.
Like absolutely terrible, but they feel it. So something's there. I was watching this interview with Ed Sheeran one time, and he was playing back a song that he had made a long time ago before he got famous, before he was anybody. And it was so terrible to listen to. It was awful. But if you keep putting in the work, at some point, you never know where it's going to lead. And so I was listening to it, and I was like, that's Ed Sheeran. God, that was terrible. But listen to him now. Right. If it's there, something's there. You just got to be, you got to want it. Yeah, you got to want to do it.
I think singing may be a wrong analogy because that's talent. There's some people who
acting is talent. Acting is very talented.
You can learn
to sing.
Yeah, but will you be as good as someone who's
if you put in the hours
naturally singing?
Yeah,
like,
if you
let's say I take singing classes for the next 2 years.
Fred, you're almost 30.
I'm just saying.
You should have did this 20 years ago.
I'm just saying. Let's just say I take singing classes from someone who can sing but never pursued it, and me singing.
I'll tell you like this. This is what I say. The singing that you do now, given time with a professional, and if you really took it serious and you did the work, it would be 20 times better than what it is now. Will it be up to par and able to hang with the best of the Beyoncés of the world? Probably not.
Yeah.
But it'll be better than where you started.
Yeah, true.
And that's how comedy, acting, entertaining in general works. If you have to start somewhere and then suck for a long time. And then one day you just get better. And then you look back and you're like, holy shit. Dude, I look back to my first open mic all the time. And I'm like, look how far I came. Like, that's crazy. I see it. The crowd engagement, my pauses, everything that I have worked so hard to do is now being seen and noticed. And it's like, people are like, that dude's funny. I wasn't always this way. It didn't start out this way at all. By any means necessary did it start out this way. So if I could see my progress, I know you can see some progress. At some point, you just have to find a starting point and go.
Yeah, I just don't know what that thing is yet.
But you're not gonna know until you just start doing shit. Just go do some stuff instead of walking around looking at things that you want to do. Go do some shit, and then like if you just whatever you're feeling that day. If you wake up and you say, what sounds so good, bowling. I'm gonna go bowling. All right, well, go. You don't know where it's gonna end up. No. You might end up on a bowling league, and then that might be your thing. You just don't know until you go try some shit. Yeah. Try shit, fuck up, suck at it, and then just keep doing that. Lather, rinse, repeat until one day you wake up and you're just further along, and you're just like, holy shit, I came so far. Look at this. That's how it works. It's not talent. Yes, there are talented people that are born with it. I'll give you that. But there's also people that sucked at it for a very long time and got to that same level. It's just about the work you put in. That's all it is. It's a want to and a how to. Well, the first thing is you got to want to do it, and then how to follows. As long as you want to do it, you'll do it. You just got to want it.
I don't know. Like everybody's got their like my wife. She's really into nails, so she's like, "Oh, I want to do nails. I want to do nails. That's a passion. I want to do nails." So that's something she really wants to do, and I'm all right. I see her. I see the like sparkle in her eyes when you talking about comedy. I can see it. You know what I'm saying? You like comedy, and I can see it. You're like passion.
Yeah,
my wife, passion, and it's like I'll think of something. Oh, skateboarding. I maybe can get back into skate. I used to skateboard a long time when I was younger. I fell once. I was like, I'm done.
But when you fall when you're 16 versus almost 30, it's two totally different falls.
Yeah,
one's funny, the second one's dangerous.
No. So I used to fall at the skate park when I was younger. Like let's just say 13, 14. I used to get up, wipe off, dap some everybody. Oh, you good, bro? I fell right at the skate park like maybe November, right? I fell, and there was like 6 people at the park. Everybody was like, "Ooh." I got up. I was like, I was fine. Like, yeah, my knee was hurt because I scraped my knee pretty bad. But I was like, damn, that shit hurt. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do it again because I was like, I knew where I fucked up at. I haven't rode in a while, so what I did is I jumped off a ledge, and what I normally would do is either leverage the board, so I like as soon as I jump down, put my pressure straight down, or I just ollie over it. Well, my idea was to ollie off the ledge onto it. When I got there, I wasn't ready for it, so when I did it, it went like, here's the ledge, I went just like this. So the board just went straight down, and I just face planted. But I caught myself, and my knee got fucked. Like, I scraped my knee. And I was like, fuck. I rolled, and there were like 6 BMX guys there. I was the only skateboarder. And they all kind of looked like, goddamn. I didn't bust his ass. I got up, took off my knee, picked up my earpods, because I had my earpods in, trying to be cool and shit, listening to music. Stood up at the top of the ramp, and I just stood there. I was like, fuck, that shit hurt. And I'm sitting there looking. I was like, let me ride around for a bit. So I went up the ramp, came back down. That's one thing I can do. I can go up the ramp, come back down. So I still can do that. So I was doing that all day. A kid was like, how do you do that without falling? It was just gravity. Stay on the board.
I love how that kid asked you for advice after you just ate shit.
Well, he wasn't there when he ate shit, but he was asking me how, because what I did is, if you look at the ramp, like, it's flat and it's like basically a ramp. So normally people go up the ramp. What I did, I go up and like basically right when my front trucks get over the rail, and I just literally just like manual my way back down, like manual back down. He was like, how do you do that? I was just like, just stay on the board, gravity.
You have a fan.
No. So
one fan.
I told him, don't
in your
try
skateboarding
it.
career.
Don't try it unless you're ready, because his dad was there, and he was one of those kids that full helmet, knee pads, elbow pads. Yeah, he was one of those kids.
His mom dressed him before he left the house.
And I was like, don't try it. Take it easy, because I don't want you to do it and hurt yourself. And now your dad's looking at me like, hey, what the fuck? You told me to. I did not. So.
Yeah, because like when you're 16, who cares? When you're 30, you're liable.
Yeah, so.
It's a lawsuit at that point.
Yeah, I was doing that, and I was like, fuck, you know what? I'm going to try this shit again. Fuck it. I know where I fucked up at. I'm going to do it again. So I did it, and I actually ollied, and I, like, landed perfectly, rolled off. And I seen everybody looking, they were like, they weren't like, hell yeah. They was like, yeah, did it again. And then I left. I was like, all right.
I love how you're trying to impress a bunch of BMX teenagers.
No, I didn't try to impress them. I
you're
just
like
wanted
28 years old.
I wanted to do it because I was like, I know I can do that.
He said, I'm doing it for me.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not about to eat shit and leave.
Try model planes. Just try. That's your hobby. Just build some model, trucks.
I actually thought about
RVs. You like RVs? Like, let's do some old people shit.
I thought about doing.
I'm just worried about your knees. I'm worried about your cartilage.
They're probably
worried about your L5 vertebrae.
Yeah, they're all fucked.
Worried about all your bones and your muscle tendons.
No. One thing I thought about doing is like them small replica guns.
I've seen a couple of those on TikTok.
Like you have to put them together. They're not small, but they're like maybe AR rifle this big.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The little pistols are probably like
That's why I said, why don't you just build real ones? It doesn't take much. I mean, money. It takes money.
Yeah, I'm broke.
But then you sell them and then make money back, and it's all legal.
Yeah. My hobby was playing video games, but we probably had this conversation a million times. Just games aren't fun no more.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you gotta create your own fun in this life.
What I'm gonna do, like this is, I told myself this. GTA 6 is gonna be the nail in the coffin for me. When I get it, if it's fun, I'll continue playing video games, Call of Duty, Apex. If I get it and it's just dog shit, Chris, I told myself this. I'm probably gonna put the old analogy. I'm putting the consoles in the closet up top. I'm probably done because I don't know. You're
gonna base all of that on a brand new game like GTA 6.
It's not even that. It's just like there's nothing fun. Like Apex isn't fun. It's basically damn near a competitive fucking tournament every time you play.
Yeah, that is true.
So
yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. It is not fun majority of the time.
And you can. Apex, you used to be able to queue up by yourself, and you would find hella good people, or at least people you could play with.
Yeah, not anymore.
Never. No.
Nah.
You cannot play that. You know how many times I loaded up Apex, was about to push Q, and I was like, what am I doing? I have no friends on right now.
Yeah.
I just cut the game off. What am I doing? Am I dumb? Like, nah. So
yeah, playing with randoms is weird because then like you end up in a lobby full of like really good players, and your teammate's a fucking bot. I was gonna say something else, but bot is the word I'm gonna use right now. It's so weird. Like I don't understand. Like that's the thing about gaming. Like I understand the algorithm can only do so much and can only base certain things off of certain things. But it's weird because like if you're having a good game and they're having a good game and then y'all collab, maybe you're just not good together.
Yeah,
you're good separately. You know what I mean? I often wonder that. Like maybe the teammates aren't bad. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're just not. We don't work well together. For one, no one talks. There's that. True. No one ever has their mic on. They're always too worried about one guy, you know, being a total dick, or you know, like 100 things, right? Maybe they got some kids in the background. That fucking smoke detector beep keeps going off, and everybody keeps roasting him for it. So he just muted himself.
Hell no,
Fred. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, it does go off though.
No, I'm just kidding. But like, it could be 100 things, right?
Yeah.
And then there's been times that I've gotten with teammates that are randoms, and we've dominated and just had the time of our life, and just was overly toxic, and it was fun.
Right.
But then there's been times where I've queued up with friends and we're just not clicking. Like to whatever reason today, we're just not working well together. So it's one of those things. When you base it off a game like Apex, bro, that's played by competitors that do this for a living. Like they're in $200,000 tournaments.
Right.
Of course they're gonna be sweaty as shit. Of course they're gonna try to maximize their their skill set for that certain thing because that's what they do for a living. Right?
Yeah.
Of course it's going to be sweaty and toxic. The same thing with Call of Duty. Call of Duty's the same way. When you get into like Warzone or something and playing a game like that, by the time you get to where you're like, oh, I'm dropping 20 or 30, this is dope. Then you get thrown into that lobby. You're not him.
I think,
and it's like, damn, okay. You get humbled really quickly.
I think Warzone, the issue with me is just fucking cheaters, bro. Like cheaters. And that's basically it. I like to play Warzone. It's just my thing is just fucking cheaters.
Well,
I would play Call of Duty. The issue with Call of Duty, bro, is like,
have you seen what they did to the cheaters or to some of the cheaters that have been caught?
Yeah. They like bugged their shit and like.
So every time they fly, they just fall straight to the ground and die. Just splat. It's so funny.
It's called Ricochet. So it's like,
Ricochet was the one where the bullets, like they would shoot, but the bullets wouldn't do anything. Yeah. This one
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, you're right.
This one was when they were coming in. If they detected the anti-cheat or whatever, or the anti-cheat software detected cheats, then it would just fling them straight to the ground, like really fast. You were seeing people falling out of the sky like meteors. It was funny.
Yeah.
And then you know, you need to have streamers, and streamers like that's their job, that's their stream of income, right? That's how they get money. So of course they're gonna do whatever is necessary to win.
Right.
You know, it's all of this stuff has become competitive, and it's one of the things now. That's just the way it went. That's the way of the movement now. Right. Everybody wants to be the next Stone Mountain or who else is big?
To be honest,
stream wise, I don't keep up with streamers. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't keep up with a lot of people. So.
Ever since I stopped playing Call of Duty in like September, maybe I haven't.
Tim the Tap Man. There you go. Everybody wants to be.
He's back on Call of Duty. Yeah, he's back on Call of Duty.
Well, so everybody wants to be the next them.
Yeah.
Right? Doc is another one.
Yeah, Doc. He's good.
Yeah. Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
So like everybody wants to be those guys, and so they're pushing towards that, and then along the way they're building a following. So it's like it's cool. Everybody eats. This dope, but it does take away from the fun. The fun aspect of games has changed to where because the way they look at it now is like, well, you're playing a competitive game. You're playing something that's competitive. So why are you crying that it's competitive?
It's like the thing about is being competitive. It's like you used to be able to have fun because Call of Duty has always been a competitive game because you want to win. You want to be the best in your lobby. So it's always been competitive.
Yes and no, because back when we were playing Call of Duty, yes, it was competitive. You always had the guy that wanted to win for the wins. But now money's involved. And when money's involved, it's going to get a lot crazier. Because anytime you put that amount of money into something, right? And streamers make money. Like they're getting, subs and donations and plus the streaming, and then plus whatever they put on YouTube. YouTube's paying them. TikTok's paying them. See what I'm saying? They're getting paid 4, 5, 6 different ways. Big ones, not small ones.
Yeah.
Small ones are working towards that. So of course they're, like I said, they're trying to find that it's that competitive edge they have because there's money involved, and when there's money involved, of course it's going to get sweaty, it's going to get crazy, and then it's going to ruin the fun, and it's going to do that with every single major game that comes out. What you think that GTA 6 is going to be different? It's going to be the same shit. They're going to be streaming it, and they're going to be, like doing what they do.
I'm just looking for a different experience. So there is one game I caught and I really want to play it. It's on PlayStation 5. Forget the name, but I really want to play it. But I was
Helldivers?
Yes, I want to play that shit.
I'm watching everybody play it right now, and I'm kind of like, man, I kind of want to play that. It's coming out for Xbox and PC.
So it's already on. It's already on PC. They just ported that shit over a few years ago, so it's on PC and PlayStation. They got a petition to the developers to try to get it on Xbox because technically it's a PlayStation exclusive, but it's not exclusive. When they made the game, they were like, "Well, we're only going to be on PlayStation," even though it's not a PlayStation.
But it became so popular now.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, let's do it, give it to PC," and now we're like, Xbox, like, "Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I would play too." Like, so, but it looks really fun. And I was like, "Oh, that's something I can get into." It's like, all right, so I'm gonna give you an example. All the games that I used to play that I play now just aren't the same. Like Borderlands, the new Borderlands that came out. You know how hyped me and you were for that fucking game, and then I played. I was like, it's like,
yeah, but I'm the one that beat it.
Yeah, because so I'm kind of looking for that dopamine. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I remember how good and fun it was when I was playing it as a kid, and then when I played, I'm like, I'm not getting that same hit, bro. What the fuck? What's going on, man?
Try drugs. I mean, just go to drugs if you want to get a hit.
I don't know, bro. I was like,
maybe games aren't doing it for you anymore. You need the hard stuff. I mean, move to gambling. Nah. Maybe pick up alcoholism. Just try that. See how you feel.
I don't know. It's just like I'm used to feeling a certain way when playing the game.
Yeah.
No,
I get it.
So like,
I get what you're saying.
When I played Borderlands, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the same feeling. No, wasn't.
No, I think part of it you're getting older, so taste buds are going to change. Mm-hmm. Your viewpoints on things are going to change. You're going to start becoming more Republican. Before you know it, you're going to have New Balance shoes, and you're going to be like, but they're really comfortable. And then you have a fanny pack, and before you know it, you're going to look back at yourself and you're going to be like, what happened? That's how life works, man. One day you're just going to wake up and you're just not going to like games. You're just going to be like, well, what the fuck happened?
I'm starting to get there, man.
And you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to hate yourself. Mm-hmm. And welcome to 30, bitch. Mm-hmm. I've been telling you, it sucks.
I don't know, man. I got to figure out something. I got to figure out something because this shit is not working. Like,
then when you're in your 40s, you don't even play games anymore. You just walk around and whittle wood or whatever the fuck they do.
Hell no.
I don't know what they do in 40. I haven't made it there yet.
I don't know. I think I'm slowly turning to the not casual gamer. What's behind casual? Because casual, they pop in the game 2, 3.
You're also look at it this way, right? You're looking at it from an angle of an average player, right? And I know you're an above average player, but I'm saying like these guys play all day long.
Yeah,
you're at work for 10, 12 hours a day. So when you come home, you only got 2, 3, 4 hours in. They're 10, 11, 12 in.
All right.
Some of these streamers will play the game for 2, 3 hours before they start streaming just to get into the mode and into the mood. I've noticed like when we're playing Apex or something, the first 3 games we're gonna be terrible, and then it starts to pick up a little bit, and then before you know it, everybody gets in their groove. We're 4 hours in. We've been gaming 4 hours, and we're just now getting groovy and started, and everything's flowing. It's like, okay, yeah, everybody's got hitting their shots, and everything's cool. It takes time, man. You don't have that kind of time. You have to look at it that way too. You're dealing with competitive people.
There's been times where I got home and Denise is like, go play the game. And I'm just like, No, I'm gonna lay here and just scroll on my phone. There's been days where you've actually sent me invites, and I was like, and Denise would be like, "What was that?" Oh, Chris sent me an invite. Well, you gonna go play the game? I'm like, "What time is it? 7?" No. It just, I don't know. That's how.
Thanks for ghosting me.
It's nothing personal. It's just, man.
I feel like
I just
don't
be feeling it sometimes, bro. Like, yes. So the last time you sent me invites, I was straight up sleepy. Like, I was man. My day was fucking horrible, and my wife called that shit too. She was like, when I told her on my lunch, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got this many stops." She said, "See you at 8." I said, "Man, I'll be off by 5." Clocked out like 7:40. I was like, "God damn."
Yep, she put it in the universe.
And you literally, as I was driving home from work, you sent me an invite on Xbox. I was like, I'm not even at the crib. Ready?
Well, so we have a routine kind of here, right? Like I get off, I come home, either Nicole cooks or I cook, and then once we're done eating, then we have to, get the baby down and get her a bath and do all the adult stuff, right? And then when it's all said and done and we're settled down, we do one or two things. We're like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And usually when we say that, we're gonna play the game.
All right.
If not, then it's like, if she's saying like, I'm gonna lay it down early or whatever, then we don't do anything. So we have a routine kind of. Right. With me, like that's why I find fun in single player games like Diablo and shit, because there's no sweat, there's no nothing. It's literally you NPCs and building, and it's fine with me because I don't have to worry, I don't have to stress over shit. I'm just here doing what I do. That's it. And even then it's competitive, because then you still have people out there that are like, this build's better than ever did. And you have like all that shit. Go on YouTube, look it up. Like you're gonna find out, people are talking shit about the other guy's build. It's crazy shit.
I haven't found that one game for me though. I'm trying to find.
Helldivers might be it. Like I think personally, it'd be fun. I think that game looks like a lot of fun. You just gotta look around. There might be a game like Farm Simulator. Might be fun.
I tried it.
That might be fun for you. I don't know.
I was like,
I find fun in competitiveness because as much as I yell and like and I get pissed off, it's like at the end of the day, it was fun for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably not for everyone else. But like there have been times where I'm just like nothing's going right, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I quit. I gotta do something else. Because I'm the type, I'm so competitive that when I'm here to win, I'm here to win. And I want nothing but to win. Like that's all I want.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. That's it. There's nothing. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear. I want to win, and I'm going to do everything in my power to win. Same. And that's always been my problem, because that competitive edge, like stuff like that, creates champions, but at what cost? Right.
Right.
So it's like, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like, along the way, it's gotten better because I've lost that edge a little bit to where I'm not so. Because they used to be way worse. Yeah. Dude, when I was playing Call of Duty back in the day, like, for real, it was way worse. Now, it's like, I'm more irritated at game logic or, or lag or whatever, right? I'm more irritated at that small things that'll piss you off more than anything.
Yeah. I'm the same way, but the thing with I think with the game that broke Call of Duty hype for me was Vanguard. And you, Chris, you know me. I was one of those guys that you see on the internet complain about Call of Duty, but still buying the shit. That was I was pre-ordering it every year. Yeah. I remember when Black Ops 4 came out, you was like, I'm not ordering that shit. I was like, I already fucking pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
I was that guy.
I lost so much interest in COD because they started catering to the younger audience. And it's cool. I get it. Look, I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to be like, this is bullshit. Make a 15-minute rant video about how COD sucks now. I'm not going to do that because I get it. You're trying to make money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We don't really spend money.
And we don't spend the money that these young kids spend on games. That's why Fortnite's a multi-billion-dollar game. That's why, you know what I mean? Some of these smaller, or not smaller, but some of these kid-oriented games are making so much money now is because they're spending so much money. It's fine. I get it. Dude, 100%. You want that Christmas money. You want that birthday money. Hey, all for it, bro. Get your money. How you going to get it? But at what cost are you doing it? Because it's like now when I look at it, I'm just like that. I get it, but fuck that. I'm not going to be involved in that shit. Like, I don't want to spend so much money on a game just to have cool looking stuff.
Yeah,
and you really don't need it.
Yeah, it's just
because it doesn't help you. It's just cosmetic shit.
Yeah.
But then there's some aspects of those cosmetics that make it pay to win. So like some of these builds are like on Call of Duty is a perfect example of like this is how we built it. So you don't have to use it this way, but if you change, and then you'll have a streamer like, well, you could take this build, if you change this one thing, it becomes OP. And then now you have this gun that just melts people in seconds. And you have to go against that. So if you don't spend the $29.99, somebody else will, and then it's going to become unfair and unbalanced. And then you end up in that situation. Cool, I get it, but I'm not going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, when Warzone first dropped, I was super excited.
I was,
2 weeks in, I was like, "This game sucks."
Nah, I was fucking rocking hard. I was rocking hard.
I bowed out because it didn't take a lot of talent. There was so much camping and cheating and shit that was going on. It was just like, a lot of that stuff just ruins games for you. And if you continuously beat yourself in the head over and over again, at some point you're going to get a concussion. And that's kind of where I was at. I was like, I kept doing it. Win, lose, whatever. And then it was like, dude, fuck this. This is boring. Yeah. Like, I don't even want to log in.
I think that was maybe a 2-month period where this is before Apex and it was just Warzone.
Yeah.
I think it was like a 2-month period that me and you didn't even play the game together because I was strictly on Warzone with my coworkers at the time.
And I was doing other shit.
Yeah, he was doing other games. But like, I still love Warzone. It's just.
And that's how I feel about Apex Legends. I still love it. I still have fun with it. But it has gotten way too competitive. And it's like it's so competitive now that we don't even have fun doing it anymore. We just do it to torture ourselves.
Honestly, there's been days where I've got off like Wednesday. I got off they were training somebody at my job, so they cut my route in half. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go home. I was hyping myself. This is my first day off this early. I clocked out at like 4. Yeah. And I was like, this feels so weird clocking out at 4. But I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go home and do this. I'm gonna go home and do this. Oh, I might fucking play Call of Duty. I might play some Apex. I got home, right? 8, took a shower. I was like, oh, game time. Yeah. Turned on my game, sat down, headset on, controller in my hand, loaded up Call of Duty. It was like, let me load up Apex. Fuck it, let me load up what's that game? Imposter. Well, whatever it's called.
Imposter?
Imposter, that's the name?
Yeah.
I loaded up that game. I was like, damn, do I really want to fucking think right now? Among Us. Correct.
Among Us.
I was like, damn, do I really want to fucking think right now and use my brain? Because that game, you have. No, he did it.
Like, that game was fun for like the first 6 times we played it, and then I think after that,
I think it was fun until outside people started playing with us. When it was just our inner circle, I thought it was fucking great. But then,
it was fun. Same thing with Fall Guys. It was fun.
Same.
It was cool, but then it just became not.
I love Fall Guys too, and I was
because I know you guys, and I know when you guys are lying and telling the truth. So it's kind of like. It was really easy to pick up those. That's why we brought in outside people to make it a little bit more complicated. And then it just got toxic. And then I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was...
Gaming is one of those things.
I loved 2K, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
That's another one. Madden is another one. It's one of those things like those types of games, if you don't keep up, you get lost. And then once you're lost, it's too late. So, and Madden is a perfect example. I stopped playing Madden in like 2012. 2013, I think, was the last Madden I played. And then I thought I could just come back to it and I'd at least be decent because the game mechanics have changed and gotten to a point where they're so far out of my realm that I'm just like, I don't understand any of this.
I think we both rage quit 20 minutes in, and we went right back to GameStop. we would like our money back.
Yeah. We did.
Me and Chris was talking so much shit, man. You can't see me in no Madden. What?
Yeah.
Man, hell nah, bro. Who you gonna be? Let's go. Bro, I forgot what we were doing that day. We said, fuck it. Let's go to GameStop right now. You talking crazy.
Yeah, I did.
We went to GameStop, bought the most latest Madden, came back, booted that shit up, waited till it updated. I think we got past halftime.
We didn't even get through the first quarter.
No. We was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Chris was like, what the fuck is aggressive catch? I was like, I don't fucking know.
First quarter.
Bro, we got what? I don't think we even scored. It was kind of just...
Nah, nobody scored. The AI was doing most of the work.
I was like, nah,
we were terrible. It was so bad.
Nah.
I was like... I had this... We both had this moment where we just got quiet. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. He was like, yeah, same. I'm taking this shit back. We just got off and went back and was like, I want my money back. I don't like this. This is terrible.
Yeah, no.
It's not the game. It's us. It's just, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, you get older, and the older you get, the more you just don't have that. You remember when you were younger, what did you want to be when you were younger? Perfect example. Like, what did you want to be? I was like NBA star, or right? Yeah. You wanted to play in the NBA. You had that fire. You're gonna do whatever it took to get there. When you get at this age, that fire dwindles. It's kind of like it starts to burn out a little bit. It's just like I don't have that competitive edge that I had. I still have one, just not as competitive.
Right.
And then you get to a point where you're just like, you know what? I could do without. I could do without this. You start coming to terms with reality.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think as a kid, you kind of sometimes, or younger people sometimes operate in a little bit of delusion, just a little bit.
A little.
And their dreams,
their whole life is delusion.
Is sometimes a little off. Because I've done, man, I was 5'7". Oh, I'm definitely going to the league.
Bro,
I was busting my ass, bro, thinking I'm going to the league, and then it hit me. You know what? It was the day that I remember we was in Woods Point. We was talking. Me and Shaw was talking shit for almost a week about playing basketball. And I think you remember this. And you was like, "Why don't we just go get a ball and go to the court and settle this shit?"
Yeah, that sounded like me.
And I was like,
I think I remember.
I was like, man, Shaw, man, I'll beat Shaw. I'll beat Shaw.
Yeah. Because y'all 1v1.
Yeah, we 1v1.
I remember
Shaw
that.
beat me by like 3 points.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I realized I was like, okay. My goal was like I'm faster than him, so I can blow by him and just lay it up. But he's so tall
that he had the advantage no matter what.
My shit, pop, pop, pop. And at that moment, I was like, I don't think I'm growing anymore. I don't think. And my brother at that time, he was probably 6'1" maybe max, because we were teenagers at that time. He wasn't crazy tall.
He was 6'2",
maybe 6'2",
6'3", because he's 6'5" now.
Yeah, he's 6'5".
Yeah,
6'5"
so he was probably like 6'2", 6'3".
So I'm thinking like 5'7" maybe. Max.
Yeah, but like,
and
I don't know about athletic, because y'all were both athletic, but I would say that you had a better shot because he never played basketball.
No, he didn't.
And then you had the ability to dribble because he never played basketball, but he just had the height. So I feel like if you had your brother's height,
I swear,
then maybe you would have made it somewhere.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if you'd have made it to the league, but you would have made it to college. Yeah, I would have given you that.
For sure.
But I'll give you college. But that's the thing. Like, you know how many people out here sit around smoking weed, talking about, man, I was supposed to go to college. I was supposed to play ball. I was supposed to do this and that. But you didn't. Yeah. So why are you crying about it now? Like,
yeah.
That's a dangerous thing, right? Is sitting there trying to live in the past. Because
for sure.
Who is it that said? Jelly Roll said that the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason. It's because sometimes you have to look back, but you got to keep going forward. This whole I coulda, shoulda, woulda thing is not going to help you.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so many things that I wanted to do and never did. There's so many things that I thought I wanted and did and later regretted. There's so many things that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't look at mistakes and stuff in the past. Like, I look at it as learning experiences because the person I was then is not the person I am now. You know what I mean? So even when I look back on it, I'm just like, yeah, sometimes I feel like I lost my comedic edge.
Really?
You know, yeah. Sometimes I feel like, man, I was way funnier when I was a kid because I had that passion, I had that fire, I had that, you know, like I was witty, and I was, you know, and I'm slowing down at my age, bro. Like the older you get, the more you slow down. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen to everybody. You're not gonna be 96 and the smartest person on the planet. You know, you're not gonna be 96 balling out of control. It's not gonna happen. Like your body will break down and start to slow down. And I'm at that point because I'm pushing 40. Right? Like, I'm getting old. I'm getting old as fuck. I'm getting old. It won't stop. But, like, it's crazy because to me, it's like, but I've gained something else. Life experience. I have things I could talk about that I couldn't talk about at that time. Yeah, I might have been more witty and funny and, you know, like, haha, whatever, right? But now, I mean, I have way more experience to talk about. I have way more things that's happened that I could talk about. And like, they have a different viewpoint on things. I have a way of looking at life that, you know, most people want to know. It's what makes me popular. They're like, well, what is his take on this? What is it? You know, how does he feel about this? I wouldn't have got that at 17, 18. Nobody would have paid me no attention.
Oh, yeah.
I know that because they didn't.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
I was doing comedy at the time.
Right,
They weren't paying me no damn attention.
Right.
They were just like, oh, yeah. And then up next is the redheaded dude. And then, like, that was it. And then I would go up there and do jokes, and they'd be like, ah, ha, 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 ha. He's off stage. Good. That was it. Now, when I walk in the building, everybody's like, oh, shit, Chris is here. Hey, what's up, bro? Oh, it's different. It's totally different. So did I lose it or did I gain something different? That's how you have to look at it.
I think, were you writing as a kid?
Oh, yeah. No, yes, kind of. So, yes, but I would write down taglines, and then that was it. So a tagline is basically like something like fat toe bitch. That'd be a tagline. That's not a joke. There's no joke in it. It's just something that you could say and add into something you're talking about, right? Or chicken bone feet or whatever, right? Whatever you can think of off the top of your head that's just funny in the moment, right? It could be a roast. It could be a saying. It could be something to that degree. And I would write down taglines, but I would have it in like this little notebook that I probably lost a long time ago. I had this little notebook, and I would have taglines. So while I was on stage, it would just sit there, and I would look at one and try to make a joke around it. Because nobody taught me how to write. I didn't know shit about writing. Dude, my very first open mic, I didn't even know you wrote. I had no idea people wrote jokes. I had no clue. I just thought you were funny or you weren't. Or you had it or you don't. I had that Roseanne Barr ideology. Like you just have it or you don't. And so when I went up there and I bombed so hard, was not funny at all. Nothing I was saying was funny. None of it. I don't even remember it. It was that bad. And then and I remember that because like, yeah, that's when I realized, oh, people write. I was like, why do they have these journals? Like, why are they? This is before phones. This is before you had, you know, notes on iPhone.
Right.
That's why do people have these journals? Why are people walking up there with pens and pads? What are they writing on? Like, what are they doing? Are they writing jokes? That's lame. That's stupid. Who the fuck's writing jokes? You're supposed to have it.
Right.
Nah, man.
But that's a little bit of delusion.
Yeah,
you were walking
that's what I'm saying.
Because you got a lot older.
Exactly.
And now you can be like, okay, so this is how it goes. And then you took the steps to get better.
I've had comedians that are crushing stages and been doing 15, 20 years. And they're like, hey, you know, have you taken a writing class? No. Why would I take a writing class? I'm killing it out here. Yeah, but you could be better. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. You should probably take a writing class. You know what I mean? Because then you get, like, how's it going to hurt you?
Right. Oh,
how's it going to hurt you? This is the thing about comedians that I know. A lot of them is ego driven. Especially the big ones. When you get up into a certain area, you're doing the green room, you're doing DCC, you're doing clubs. You're getting to that point where, you know, people are paying to come see you. It all becomes ego. I don't have an ego like that. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, do I suck? Is that what you're saying? Like, do I need to like rethink what I'm doing? Like, cause I take all criticism. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna be like, fuck you, I know I'm funny. You ain't gotta tell me shit. I'm selling out shows. I'll never be that guy. I will never be that guy. So, and like when people tell me that, I just take it like, well, why? You know what I mean? And then I remember Chris Germany is a very good friend of mine and somebody that I looked up to coming into the game a long time ago. I mean, he's been doing comedy for a while. And I used to watch his podcast. He was a very, very funny guy. And he told me not too long ago, he was like, you should take a writing class. Dean Lewis has a writing class and you know, it's like $300. You know, you should take it. Then I was like, why do I suck? Is that what you're telling me? Like I'm a terrible writer? He's like, no. He's like, you can be the best writer in the world. It couldn't hurt.
Yeah, true.
And I was like, oh, you know, that makes a good point.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a certification.
Yeah.
Right? It's like yeah, you know everything there is to know about computers.
Right.
Go get your A+.
Right.
You might find some things along the way you didn't know.
Right.
So how could it hurt you?
Right.
So that's how I look at things. Like the same way with like, if you like skateboarding that much, right? Why not pay a professional to learn? Take a class. You might learn some shit you never knew, like little tricks and secrets and shit that just never dawned on you. And then you're all of a sudden you're 10 times better, and you're just like, oh, that's all I needed was that little edge. Just that little thing, that one little thing that changed it. So new guys out here that are just doing open mics, if you happen to run across this stuff and you're getting discouraged, dude, don't. Like, this is how I look at it. When I first started, it was terrible. I was the worst comedian you've ever seen in your life. I've bombed so many times. I have fallen flat on my face. I've had jokes go like way left and don't make any sense. I mean, I've done it all. And the thing is like, just don't quit, man. If you quit, you're never gonna know how close to success you really were.
So here's my thing. I get that. I'm such a competitor. I'm the type that, let's say I try something and I know I'm not good, which is probably something very toxic. But if I know I'm not good at it, then my passion goes. Because in my head, everything I want to do, I want to be the best at it. When I go to work, and even though this is kind of stupid, when I go to work, I'm like, none of y'all could outwater salesman me. There's people there that can, but that mindset is like, nah. If we got into a 1v1 versus like who's the best salesman, in my head, I am, even though I physically know I'm not. But it's a little bit of delusion. But my thing is like, let's say skateboarding, not skateboarding. Let's say I try something. Let's just say something I haven't tried, like acting. Let's just say acting, right? I go to an acting class, and I'm just. If it's crazy enough for me to be like, not crazy enough, but if I do bad enough to be like, damn, I'm really trash at this. If sometimes I'm like, you know what? I tried.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So here's my thing about that competitive edge. Having that competitive edge is a good thing. And having that ego, it can be a good thing. But you have to watch how you utilize it too. You never know when you need something. That's why I treat everybody from Dave Chappelle to an open micer the same, because you never know at some point who's gonna go where. Nobody saw Ralph Barbosa going anywhere, and he blew up in 2 years.
I don't think he thought it was going.
There's people out here that have been doing it for 20, funny as shit, and they ain't gone anywhere. Right. It's one of those things where you never know what's gonna happen. So I always treat people with the same respect that I would want to be treated with. Right. Do I have a competitive edge? Yeah. I have every right to have a competitive edge. Right. I came back from comedy with like 5 minutes worth of material. And within the 1 year that I've been doing this, I've written over an hour. And not only written over an hour, performed over an hour. I've already done things that people are still struggling to do now. Does that make me better than them? No. Not at all. It just... Everybody runs at their own pace.
All right.
Whether it's skateboarding or gun building or comedy or, fucking manufacturing or water salesman. It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody moves at their own pace. If you want a faster pace, then stop looking at the next man and work on yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't look at people and be like, man, he's funny. I ain't never going to be that funny. Fuck that. How am I going to compete with him? If he goes on stage, how am I going to follow it? That's the competitiveness. It's not that I need to be better. I need to be better than me, not him. That's how you succeed. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and focus on you. Stop pocket watching everybody else and figure out how you can get your money up. Stop looking at everybody else, girl, like, well, man, she fine, huh? Why ain't me? Because you're not him.
Right.
You need to work on you before you start doing anything. The first thing, and as a man especially, the first thing you should do is work on you.
Right.
Then let everything else happen and make the right decisions along the way. If you want something, stop telling yourself you can't have it and start figuring out how you can get it. And if you do that, you're going to be fine. Along the way, at some point when we start getting older, this doubt of like this cloud of doubt starts setting in. It's like this dark cloud of just doubt and depression that like hangs over you. It's all, you know what it is? It's all that delusion you had when you were a teenager that's now just turned to this giant form, like this just giant cumulonimbus cloud of doubt. And it starts to set in because you're like, dude, I'm old. I can't do this.
Right.
I'm old. I can't do this. Oh my God, my life sucks. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do. I don't have a degree. How the fuck am I going to do? Because you're not working on you.
Yeah, true.
You don't need half that shit. If you would just work on you and focus on what you got going on and fix your shit. You know, highlight your best features and work on you. And you start working on you a little bit at a time. Think about it this. If you could work on you one day out of every year, or I mean out of the year, just one time a day,
right.
If you could pick something and work on it, you would have worked on 365 things in 1 year. But people don't look at it that way because they always want this now type of mentality. It's just like video games. They give you instant gratification, but life doesn't give you instant gratification.
No.
You have to work for it.
Oh yeah. See
what I'm saying? It's working out. You don't build muscles overnight.
Yeah, true.
It takes time. Well, it's the same way with everything else. It takes time. So stop rushing it and just start working on it, and let it happen. Those are just things I've learned over the years, man. I've always been the now guy. If it ain't happening now, I don't want it. You know what that did? Left me broke. I want it now. I don't want to wait till payday. Boom. Now I'm struggling for 2 weeks. I've done all that shit. That's why I've gotten to the point now where I've realized it's probably a good idea to just work on you and let everything else work out. You want a house? Cool. Start working on your credit. Yeah. Save your money up. You know, like, it's not going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
Write it down. This is what I want. Cool. And then go do it. Go manifest some shit. Go light a candle. Do whatever it is that makes yourself feel good, but go do something. Don't just sit around wanting. See, the people who sat around smoking weed wanting shit, I'm going to be rich. How? You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You tell me how you're going to be rich sitting on the couch with me smoking weed. How are we going to do it? Oh, man, I'm going to build a business. With what capital? Where are you going to start? Have you talked to a bank?
Yeah.
No, you're just full of shit. And those same full of shit people are still full of shit to this day. And that's why we're not on the couch with them anymore. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've moved on while they're still at their homeboy's house talking about how they're going to be somebody. They're not, because they're not going to put in any work.
Right.
You got to put in work. That's the only way you're going to ever get anywhere. That's how life works. If you want something, go get it. But you got to work towards it. It's not just going to fall out of the sky. Because think about it this way. If all your dreams came true tomorrow, what would you do with it? You ain't put in no work. You wouldn't even know what to do with it.
Yeah, true.
You got drafted to the NBA tomorrow. Are you in shape?
Hell no.
Okay, then. So what the fuck are you going to do when LeBron pull up? Do you see my point?
Right.
It's like some people, the universe knows you're not ready for half of the blessings that you want.
Right.
And the thing is because you haven't put in any work. You ain't put in no effort.
All right. No, for sure. I get that.
You're not ready for it. And you know you're not ready for it. So stop wanting and start working. And if you did that, everything will work out. I'm living proof. I was homeless. I had nothing and nobody. I built everything around me. I did it by myself. And all it took was work and dedication. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Because I'm the laziest son of a bitch there is. I have to keep myself busy. Like, I have to keep myself busy. Because if I don't, I'll fall into this little area where I don't work out. I don't hit mics. I don't do anything. I just sit at home and play games all day. And I want, and I never do anything.
Yeah.
Living that life is dangerous. Because when you get to that point, all you end up is depressed and alone. That's life. It is what it is. So I always say, man, if you want something, go to work. Go work on it. You want to be a great gamer? Cool. Go work on it. You know? Stop rage quitting and start figuring out how you can be better. Like,
That's hard.
I'm not. That's the thing, though. No one has ever came to you and said, "Hey, I just want you to know this life we got is easy."
Oh no,
and it just keeps getting better and better and better. No one ever did that. You know why? Because it's not true.
Right? Nah, yeah.
Life's hard, and it keeps getting harder and harder. Think about this: when you're young, you didn't think about death. You never thought about anything. The only thing you thought about was what girl I'm gonna talk to tomorrow, or I'm gonna hang out with my friends. This, that, and the third. When you get 40, you start seeing people around you dying off. And you're like, holy shit, like this life is real. It's coming to an end. You start getting to this realization. It's like, I could die tomorrow. Dude, there was a kid that I knew from high school that died at 36. I'm 37. It's doable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it really starts to set in that idea of like, holy shit, what if? Oh my God, what if? Oh, what if? What if I die tomorrow? Then who's gonna take care of my kids? It's gonna be this, that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or I just take care of them now.
Right.
And then I'll just, whatever happens. This is inevitable regardless.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how I always look at stuff. I always look at stuff as like, it's not so much as like half full, half empty. Why is it half?
Right.
Why are we not putting in the work to make it all the way full?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
That's kind of how I look at life. It's my viewpoint of life. Like, if you really wanted something, you'll work on it. You think I'm not gonna shoot my shot? You think, like, fuck out of here. You think I'm gonna sit around here and watch these motherfuckers laugh at me and I'm not gonna shoot my shot? Hell yeah, I'm a DM Chappelle. Can I open for you? Right. Fuck yeah. Because there's a 1 in 1,000 million trillion goddamn, you know what I'm saying, odds that it'll happen. But it doesn't mean it's impossible.
Right.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna hit up Bill Burr. Can I open for you? I see you in Dallas. You damn right.
Right.
Because if y'all ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
And if that shot comes around, I'm gonna kill it. And then I'm gonna be where I wanna be because I took the shots that you guys missed. That's the thing, that my favorite quote ever is, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
100%. If you don't put in the work, you ain't never going nowhere.
So what you're saying is, I could be the world's greatest actor, but because I ain't taking the lead,
exactly, you're not doing shit. You don't know where you could be. You might be him and never know it because you ain't taking the shot. You haven't tried anything. You sitting at home feeling sorry for yourself is not going to get you where you want to be. At some point, you have to grab yourself by the nuts and move. You have to. You have to make a play. You have to stand up and say, you know what? All right, enough of this bullshit. What do I want to do? Right. And then when you find out, you know what sounds fun? Do. All right, let's go do it. Why are we talking about it? You sitting around talking about it, ain't gonna get nothing done. I talk about shit all the time and don't do any of it.
Yeah.
I'm just as bad as everybody else. You know how many times I'm like, man, I want to build a model. Like, I want to have, this, that, and the third. And then I never worked towards it because I didn't really want it. Right. That's really what it was. It sounded like a good idea, but I didn't really want it. At one point, I wanted to be a dentist. I hate teeth. Why the fuck would I do that? It's weird. I don't want to be in somebody's mouth all day. See what I'm saying? Like, stop living. That's the delusion, right? It's more, what it is it's panic. It's more your mind's way of panicking. You're trying to figure out, oh my God, if I don't do something, I'm going to be nobody for the rest of my life. And then what am I going to do? Like, I'm never going to have an income. And then, and then an anxiety kicks in. And then what do? Nothing. You get nothing done because you're so anxious about actually having to make a move. You never move. So many people sitting around right now don't even move. They just sit and they wait and they hope and they pray. Fuck prayer. Fuck hope. Go move. Go do something. Get up. Go talk to that girl. Go, do this and that and the third. What's the worst that can happen? You end up somewhere better than where you were? Oh my God, no.
You're right.
Not that.
Right.
Fuck out of here. That's the thing about this young generation, bro. I just don't understand it. Like, why would you sit around wanting and hoping? Hope and want don't do shit.
Right.
Work does shit.
Yeah.
Work's where it's at. Gotta put in that work. You think I would have got with my wife if I never tried to talk to her? You think I would have never got my truck if I never went and looked for it? Come on, like, think. Sitting at home does nothing.
Right, yeah.
And majority of people now sit at home and want.
Yeah, true.
They sit at home and they make TikToks hoping they go viral. For what? For what? You get 5 minutes of gratification. Everybody claps and it's like, oh, wow, you were noticed. You get a $5 check in the mail, and then what? Are you happy? No. 65% of America's depressed.
Yeah.
72% of Americans suffer from anxiety. Why? Because you're not fucking moving.
I think it's more than that, probably.
That's the statistics I saw last.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because you're not moving. Move. Do something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's my advice. You don't get where you want to be by sitting. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Unless you're born into it.
Yeah. I was just about to say,
like Elon Musk's kid. What's his L9742 squared or whatever the fuck his name is?
Yeah. You ain't got to do shit
that kid's there. You got to do shit for the rest of his life, but you're not him. So
yeah, true.
You have to realize what you have in America, especially. You have 99% of the people looking at 1% like I could be that.
Yeah, true.
But 99% of the people ain't put in half the work it takes to be that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
None of you. None of you. Everybody's so scared to move. They just like, oh God, man, what if I succeed? Fuck out of here. What kind of stupid ass question is that? What if you don't? Is the bigger question. Yeah, because you refused to move. So you end up that guy on the couch. And now look at you. Now we're laughing at you.
Yeah.
I don't laugh at people that make shit happen.
Yeah, true.
I laugh at people who think they can make shit happen and don't do anything to make it happen.
Right.
Them the ones we laugh at.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not doing better than you were last year, something's wrong. You're not moving hard enough. Mm-hmm. You're not doing something.
Yeah.
Recession or not.
Right.
If you don't have, like, that's something that I'm working on now. If you don't have 2 streams of income, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why? Why don't you have a second thing?
Right.
Everybody else does? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you don't have a hobby, what you waiting on? Go find one. Go do something. Go meet some people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go. Just go. Because all you're going to do if you don't is regret it. There's going to be a point in time when you get up to your age. And it's something my grandfather told me. He was like, you're going to get 65. You're going to sit down and you're going to retire. And he was like, you're going to regret everything you didn't do. So my advice when you're young is go do it. I was like, makes sense to me, Pops. Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my advice to you. Is I would say if you want to do something, fucking do it, man. Nothing's stopping you. No one's stopping you. And the people who are stopping you, they don't want to see you succeed. So fuck them.
I think all those people that are like that, I think I got them out of my life. Yeah.
That's those the hardest
naysayers.
part.
Oh, no, it was really easy for me.
Well,
I was like,
for you, it might be. For other people, it might not be.
I was like
one of the hardest things, one of the greatest pieces of advice I ever got was from a high dude, and his name was Muddy. This dude was high as shit when he told me. He sat me down. He didn't even know me, bro. And I was in there talking about it. I was like, yeah, it's a nice car. Like, you know, we were hooking up his amplifier in his car and shit. I was like, oh, it's nice. I was like, Dad, what you do for a living? Like, I'm just trying to pick your brain, you know, trying to figure out what's up. And he was like, I just work. I was like, I know what you afford this. I'm like, come on, like you sell weed or something. You got to do something. Oh, I just work. He was like, let me tell you something. He was like, if you ever want to succeed in life, the number one thing you have to do, you got to cut out people that don't help you. And he was like, and you're going to think it's going to be your friends. It's going to be your family. Them be the first ones that hold you back. Yeah, and I was like, not mine. Now look at me. Now look at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not helping, you're hurting. Yeah. You got to go. Life's too short for that bullshit. If you could die at 36, you can die at 40.
Shit, you can die at 2, 3, 5, 7, 8.
That part.
30, 20.
It's like life's 15. Too short for that bullshit.
Yeah.
You think for a second I'm not going to take my shot? Shit.
Right.
You don't know me very well.
Right.
You got to let that fear go.
Yeah.
Fear ain't going to do nothing to help you.
Well, I think it's 2 o'clock, so I might go ahead.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and hop off this bitch. You got anything else you want to say?
No, everything was well said. No.
Well, that's it for me.
All right.
I think we're out of here, man.
Right.
Peace. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down on the bottom below. Also, if you're new, make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified anytime new videos upload.
And also, don't forget to hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. And for exclusive content, we also have a website, which will be in the description below.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we're out of here.
Peace.